guys, it's Maha here. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another episode of Maha's Picks. And we are in the month of June right now. It's gorgeous outside, just filled with all kinds of flowers, from the intense red poppies to the voluptuous peonies and the intoxicating roses, and then my personal favorite, the iris. Well, I'm saying favorite, but I don't really mean favorite because I love all flowers. I just think that if I were to be a flower, I would be iris. Let's just say put it that way. It's very interesting to think about it like that. I did a project with my students when I was teaching art to teenagers, and the project was called My Self Portrait as a Flower. So they had to choose a flower that they felt connected to and then reflect on it, and in the end they came up with a huge painting of a flower that was them. That was really cool. I suggest you try that. Just ask yourself, what flower would you be if you were a flower? So an interesting exercise. I also connect really well, really a lot, with Iris because she's one of my five goddesses. I feel really close. She's close to my heart. All right, and speaking of goddesses and flowers, I've got the perfect deck for this month. The Art Nouveau Tarot by Lo Scarabeo, illustrated by Antonio Castelli. And actually there's irises in the front. In the Justice card, which I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, so as we enter into the month of June, as we enter June 21st, we are stepping into Cancer, and the planetary ruler, the moon, which is giving us a lot of feminine energy. So I thought this deck was perfect. This is the back of the cards. If you're someone who loves Muka, the art of Muka, and if you love Art Nouveau, you would love the art on this deck because um, it's just it's more artistic than traditional. Um, there's a lot of variations. It's loosely based on the Rider-Waite system. However, it's got its own thing going on. And there is a deck called Tarot Muka that's also by Lo Scarabeo. And if you've seen that one is that it's got that Art Nouveau style, but it's not it's not like this at all. It's that's very traditional Rider-Waite system tarot. And this not so much, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. I'm going to start by showing you some of my favorite cards. There are many. This is the back of the cards, and that's Lady Justice, which is featured on Justice card right here, with all the iris in the background. So all these cards are very gentle colors with beautiful women, sensual, beautiful women wearing pretty dresses, long, flowy dresses. This is Ace of Cups. The aces all have women featured in them. There's women in all the cards with the exception of a few only. The moon, and there's flowers in all the cards. Lots of beautiful, graceful women. The Wheel of Fortune, I love that. It's the goddess Fortuna, and then there's flowers down here. Seven of Chalices here, Seven of Cups. And actually, I really get the feeling of illusion here. She's looking in the mirror, and this card is associated with Venus in Aquarius, so that's kind of a side of Venus that I see in this card. I love all the queens. Queen of Swords, very contemplative. Of course, flowers down here. The colors are really light, really, really light pinks, light blues, and they really stay true to the Art Nouveau style. Queen of Pentacles, another one of my favorite queens. Look how elaborate her jewelry is. And then that circle theme that Alfonso Mucha had in all his illustrations, most of his illustrations with women. Beautiful, Six of Wands. So if you love Muka's work. You're gonna love these images, and you should have it in your collection. This deck. Nine of Swords. This is a deck. This is a card I always look for to see how the artist has depicted it in the deck. Here she's kind of laying down and looks. I'm gonna take this back a bit so you can see. There's a skull in the background. It looks like she's been waiting all night. There's candle. There's the moon in the background. And I always also look for death to see how that's depicted. Very interesting. Five of Pentacles. She has that lonely, isolated, maybe sad or in pain look. Holding a narcissus in her hand. Flowers are always there. This is one of my favorite cards with men in it. It's a Hierophant. That's interesting because sometimes they do present it as a female, and in this deck they haven't. He looks like a really wise man. He's, of course, there's lilies in the background representing wisdom. There's beetles in here. Lots of detail. This deck is very open for your own intuitive interpretation because, as I said, it's only very loosely based on Rider-Waite system. The Empress. This isn't a review, so I can have more fun talking about each card, and I don't have to rush. Temperance, another card I really look for to see how they've depicted. There's certain cards I look for when I buy a deck to see how they've how creatively they've depicted that specific card. Another Queen, Queen of Wands. The Queens seem very contemplative and strong woman. This is the Ten of Swords, another interesting one. She's crying, she has tears. And I wonder what that flower represents. I wonder if there's a relation with the language of the flowers. Couldn't find anything in the little white booklet. Six of Swords, she's taking off on her little boat, which reminds me of my dream last night. Three of Wands. She looks like she's heading somewhere. Such beautiful dresses they're all wearing. And then Six of Cups. Two little girls. Now I'm going to show you some cards that are just examples of how different it is from Rider-Waite system. First of all, the kings all come with a woman, a lady, sitting next to them. Only the pages and the knights are men only. Three of Pentacles. So as you can see, just the lady by herself. This is the Five of Swords. So all the numbers are on the bottom, not Roman numerals. Five of Swords. So yeah, just two ladies, two women looking like they're down. They look like they're in regret of some kind. Take these cards. Three of Swords. That one's also an interesting one I always look for. I wonder why they always show females in the Three of Swords. Is it only females that get heartbroken or hurt? I always wonder that. Two of Swords. So it doesn't look like they're making any decisions, but maybe the two women signify something. They look like they're celebrating and happy. A lot of the cards which are traditionally associated with a male and female, or depicted with a male and female, in this deck are only females. So here you have Four of Wands, kind of celebration, but you have two women only, and they look like, I mean, it's hard to tell whether they are together as a couple or they're just sisters or friends. I mean, yeah, it's open up for interpretation. There's a lot of ambiguity with the women too. Sometimes they could be men in a way, more feminine men. The World Cup, this was supposed to be one of my favorite piles, in my favorite pile. Ten of Cups, which is again two women celebrating. and this is typically in the RWS represented with a family. Seven of Pentacles. She's rolling in luxury. So again, different. Four of Cups. But she does look like she's smoking a cigarette, and she looks very complacent, like, whatever. Seven of Swords. She does not look at all like the RWS Seven of Swords. But I love that dress. I love like the whole feeling that goes with it. Seven of Wands again. These are all cards that are different. My parrot's singing in the background, by the way. Ten of Pentacles. Again, yeah, see, you can imagine this one is also very different. Giving yeah, what kind of message? I don't know. It's not quite the same, but Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is one of the ambiguous ones I was talking about. It looks like that one in the background is a woman, but then maybe not. Maybe a young man. Five of Wands. And that's it. So this was all of my cards that I like, but I like all the cards in this deck. They're all beautiful. Very, very feminine. One of the cards I use a lot, actually, even though it's totally not Rider-Waite system, which is the system I use, but I find that I love it, using it for myself, and I also like using it for others. So thanks for joining me in this video. Please join me in Maha's Picks Part 2 for my gemstone of the month. See you in a moment. Good singing, Tiki.